Hi everybody. So in this assignment, you're all working on the chapter 7 in the book test, 1 through 34 all. And I thought I'd help you out a little bit by working through number 25 with you. Not that there's anything really new about it, but just that it's kind of a geometric based problem, a little word problem. But really the factoring is no different than anything. So I've sketched out here what the situation is, and I'll read the problem aloud here. It says a company is producing square sheets of plastic. Okay, so here's that square. Each has an area of 9x squared plus 30x plus 25 feet squared. Now, I know that seems silly to express it like that, but they're just giving you a sense of how a mathematical expression can represent an area. So I've written that out, okay? And they say the dimensions of each sheet are of the form ax plus b. Okay, so each side here is going to be in the form ax plus b, a binomial, where a and b are whole numbers, okay? So we know we're not having any fractions here. Okay, and again, that's typical in all this factoring that we've been doing. Find an expression for the perimeter. That's the key question here. So we're given the area and we're looking for the perimeter. And then it also asks to find the perimeter when x equals 4 feet. So what do we do if we know that x equals 4 feet? Okay, so a couple things before we begin the factoring here. Here's the trinomial expression which we're going to factor. But just a couple things. Note the illustration. Always sketch anything geometric in nature. Here's how you represent a square geometrically. Notice the little marks here. Those are called tick marks. You'll learn that in geometry. They indicate congruence, okay? So if I just had those, let me take this away for a second. If I just had those 4 tick marks, that's not yet a square by geometric definitions. That would, at this point, be a rhombus, okay? But if I want to lock it in as a square, 4 congruent sides and 1 right angle will now define that as a square. So that's just a little preview of something you'll learn in geometry next year. I hope that makes sense to you. Pretty common sense, I think. Anyway, here's what we're going to do, okay? So hopefully what you notice is that the trinomial expression that is the area has to be, by definition, a perfect square trinomial because it is the area of a square. So by definition, this trinomial is a PST. And just look at it. It is, right? This value, this term, is a perfect square. Its root is 3x. This is a perfect square. Its root is 5. 3x times 5 is 15x. Double that, you get 30x for your OI. That's a PST, right? So we're going to factor that. All right, so how is that going to factor? We already know, if we know the roots, we know how this factors. 3x plus 5 squared. Okay, so now we know that each side, let's indicate, kind of tell the story here. Each side is 3x plus 5, okay? Now remember that they're asking for the perimeter, okay? The perimeter is the sum of all side lengths, right? We always use a capital P in math and geometry to represent perimeter. Capital A for area, capital P for perimeter. So perimeter is going to be 4 of those sides. So all we need to do is write 4 times the expression, the quantity, 3x plus 5. And that's fine right there as an answer. Now we have to include units. And I'll have you think about that for a second. If the area is in feet squared, our perimeter should be in, of course, what? Just good old feet. Right? Okay. That expression is fine. I would also accept, of course, if you distributed and wrote 12x plus 20 feet. Okay. That's also just fine. Okay. And then the final piece to the question is what happens if x is 4 feet? So if x is 4, then let's plug in 4 into this expression. Let's just do this last expression here. 12 times 4 plus 20 equals 48 plus 20 is going to be 68 feet. And that's how you do number 25. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you all take care.